All right, y'all. So I want to ask y'all this question, and I want you to be open and honest about it. What is your biggest fear?
You want me to go first?
You can go first. Yeah.
Holding myself back.
Holding yourself back? Okay.
I'm kind of in that same camp, holding myself back. Not being able to accomplish my goals and my dreams.
Gotcha. Okay, I can relate to that. I can relate to that. So fear of not being able to accomplish something that you want to get done.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fear of like your full potential. Like you know what you can do.
Gotcha.
But it's like it's tough.
Like, whoa.
Right.
Mine is like if I try my best and it still doesn't happen. Like if I put everything out on the table, if I give it my all, but it still doesn't happen. That's like my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I can definitely relate to all that. So I want to get into a story that someone sent me, and we're going to talk about it. But before we get to that, kings and queens, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Kay. Of course, it is your girl, Kayla, and I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts today. I have J-Lo in the building, and your boy Kamari is here as well. And we're going to sit here and we're going to kick it and hopefully definitely a good time after the high energy that we just came off of with No Kepi Book. But somebody sent in this question to me, and I want to title this episode Fear Factor. So we're going to talk about fear a little bit. So this person wrote, and I'm just paraphrasing this because I don't want to tell their whole story, but I just took out the bits and pieces that would help with the story.
Right.
So they pretty much said that they have a love-hate relationship with their current job, but it's mostly a hate relationship with it. They have been applying for jobs, but haven't had any luck with hearing anything back from the employees or whatnot. And so this has caused them to have some discouragement about actually moving on to another job or even to apply for anything else. So now they're saying that out of the blue, they have an opportunity for a new job. And they accepted the job. And this job is better than their current position now. So benefits, all that good stuff, set hours. So now they start their job in the upcoming week. And they are at a position now to where they feel as if they made the wrong decision with saying yes to this new job. Now, like I said before, they have a love-hate relationship with their current position, all because of the hours are all over the place. It's nothing set, nothing standard. So social life is out the window. Don't get to hang out with friends, barely home, sometimes working to closing or having to open up, this, that, and the third. But their new position at the place that they told me, this job, it has benefits, it's set hours, weekends, I think every other weekend, so you got that set. So they went on to say the biggest thing right now is that I pretty much got everything that I've been asking and praying for with this job, but of course I feel lost as if I made a mistake with choosing this decision to move to this job. My biggest thing is that I am afraid of a lot. What if I do a good job? What if I make a mistake? What if the people don't like me? What do I do? So I got all these what ifs. And then they closed the message with, I really need some advice. Thanks in advance for your help. So with talking about fear and where this person is, I honestly think it's more of like a fear to succeed and a fear to fail. Right. So it's like finding that balance. How do you guys deal with fear, or just hearing this story, well, bits and pieces of this story? What do you guys think? You look like you got a lot to say, Jada.
Yeah, okay, because I kind of want to approach it in parts.
Okay, have at it.
Because it's a lot. So
have at it.
The first part, we got not liking your current job and also getting the opportunity that you want.
Right.
Then we have getting the opportunity that you want, but the fears that fall under it of if I do good, if I do bad, if people don't like me.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start with, I guess, the fear of really going into the unknown. Like, what you know now is that you don't like where you are.
Yeah.
Like, that's non-negotiable. You don't like where you are now. If you had to, like, pick what you wanted to do, in a way, you got to pick what you wanted and it came to you.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like almost like a fear of, like, oh, this really happened. Like,
right.
what do I, it's constant unknown.
Yeah.
So, like, now I have what I want. So what do I do now? And then if I succeed, I'm not saying that they're scared to reach their full potential, but there's fear in that too, because, I mean, you honestly just don't know.
That's true.
Then you have the fear of, what was the other one? Was it not doing good?
Yeah. So the fear of what if I do good, or the fear of, like, if I don't do good, like if I make a mistake somewhere, like with the new position, just in general.
Well, those two, it's gonna sound cliche, but I mean that's kind of life in general. You don't know until you get there. Worst come to worst, you do bad. The best thing that could happen. I don't think you should be fearful of doing good, because that would kind of be only good comes out of that. But I wouldn't say be fearful of, or I mean, hesitant of doing bad. Just see it as like a lesson, or like learning from it. As far as people, the fear of people not liking you, everybody's not gonna care for you 100%.
That is true.
I don't want to say you're there to get a check, but at the end of the day, you're there to do a job. You're not really there to have friends. That's actually a bonus. You're gonna make friends, or coworker friends, for lack of better words. But I would honestly say go for it, because if you know for a fact, ask yourself 2 months from now, would I be complaining about the job I'm at now every day? And if the answer is yes, then it's probably time to move.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I mean, worst come to worst, you don't like the job where you're at now, but you don't know. You won't know unless you step into it. But you know for a fact you don't like where you are now, so you need to probably shift to something different.
Yeah, I get that.
It's a lot moving in that one.
It's definitely a lot moving into it. And when I think about the word fear, if you look up Webster's definition of fear, it's something that's you are scared. You're scared of something or someone in the event that is going to cause you harm. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it should be that you have a fear because is the job going to cause you any harm? Because you're getting everything that you prayed for. Like, this is what you wanted. So I don't know if fear would be like the best word maybe to like use. Hesitance, I can see that. Because that's the,
I feel like
uneased about it.
I feel like that's always like, not always, but for most people, that's our natural inclination. Like, if we're going into something we don't know, like our natural instinct more oftentimes than not is to question it.
Yeah.
And questioning it leads to what? Fear, or being hesitant about it, or doubting. Even if you know 100% you can do it, like I found sometimes if I know I can do something 100%, there's still like a little level of like,
yeah.
So it's like the getting out of that mindset too. But yeah, I would say it's more so. I would say it's a little bit of hesitancy and shocked. Because like imagine praying like, God, can I get this, and this, and you wake up tomorrow and it's literally in front of you.
Yeah, that's true.
It's almost like him telling you, okay, I've given you. It's literally God saying, I have everything you need. I'm giving it to you right now, and you have everything in you.
So with that, because a lot of times a lot of times we pray and we ask God for stuff, especially people that are faith-based, believe in God. We pray and we ask God for these different things, and we don't really think about where we are now, because everything that we go through, God is simply prepping us for the next level or for the next blessing or whatever the case may be. Like, we're in a time of preparation, and if we're not doing everything in our preparation time, like it could be you being in this particular job, or you being in a certain situation, or being in this particular season for this amount of time, because you got to learn some stuff. You got to develop some tough skin, or you got to, build your character up even more, or there are certain things made for us to go through to help build us up, to for us to gain more knowledge for when we do step over into that new thing, when we transition over into that new thing that God has for us, we're able to handle it the proper way, all because we took that preparation time seriously. And I feel like sometimes we don't take it serious, right. And it's just like it is what it is. But then when we get that thing that we have been asking for and that we have been praying for, we don't know how to handle it, or we misuse it, and now it's just like, I don't want it no more because it's not what I thought it was gonna be. Right. But in reality, it's everything. You just didn't prepare well. Yeah. So I think we find ourselves in those situations. Come on, what's your thoughts?
It's definitely it's a loaded question. I immediately, just from hearing the things that you guys have said, it's a matter of just trusting that first, God's not going to give you anything that you can't handle. And secondly, once you do, get what he's promised you, you have to trust him that you are going to be prepared for it. Right. You have to trust that he has helped you to prepare and everything. And if you know that you've done everything and are ready, for this next step, it's not, it's normal to be anxious. Any like Jada said, that's the first instinct. And I think part of it can be good because it lets you know that you care. Mm-hmm. When she cares if she's gonna, how's she gonna perform, what's she gonna be able to do. Yeah. But then there is a moment in time where you do have to move past that and say, okay, now I know that I'm ready for this. I can actually perform in this. I can do good. One thing that I think is interesting that she said is she's worried about if she's gonna do good, mm-hmm. And I think being fearful about doing good also kind of comes from being fearful about doing bad. Because I think if you're fearful of doing good, it's not necessarily that you're fearful that you're going to perform. It's, okay, I do good. Now what next? Do I get promoted? What more responsibilities are going to come with that after that? So,
and will I be ready for that?
Right. Yeah. Am I going to be able to perform once I've already performed well enough and now I have to perform on another level? Yeah. And I think it is all really just about trusting God. And I think that, of course, that's easier said than done. You're going to be anxious. Yeah, that's true. Did you guys watch The Last Dance when it was out on Netflix?
The movie?
With it was like a show with Michael Jordan, and it was about the Bulls and their champion. 10-part series. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I didn't watch it. It was really good. I suggest you go and watch it. It was really good. It was very entertaining, but also inspiring. And there are some good pieces of things in there. And Michael Jordan said that he never worries about missing a shot, because why should I worry about something that I haven't done yet? Why should I worry about missing a shot on the court when I haven't even gotten to the court and been able to take the shot? Why worry about something that I haven't been able to do? And of course, that's again easier said than done. But it's these things that we can keep in our mind to help us to kind of be able to overcome those fears.
Yeah, I like how you said that. And another thing that I think too is that a big thing that keep us from progressing or moving forward is yourself. Mm-hmm. Because your thought process really, what if well, what if it do happen? Mm-hmm. What if it's the best thing ever, type deal. But it's up to us to really take that jump, take that leap, and to really do it. Because once you take that jump, you're gonna fly. Even if you start to go down, you're not gonna be down forever, because the journey that you're on or the track that you're on, you're gonna learn something, or you're gonna figure out a way to maneuver through to get you up there, so you can get to a level of elevation to where you can just soar through the job. And then if it's the fear of if I do good on this level and something else has to come, you still got to think about it's still that learning process that you're going through. You can't elevate to a new level if you don't know the basics. And even when you know the basics, you're still getting prepped for what's to come next. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like whatever we do in life as humans, our natural reactions will be to be anxious or to feel whatever way we feel, but we also got to know that we get elevated through it and we're learning.
And there's just the it's an upside to it. Like, I hate that our natural thing is to be like, oh, what if this doesn't, which makes it harder to think the flip side of it, like the good side. But two things. One, this made me think about the video I saw, but you mentioned like taking that leap. Have y'all seen the picture where it's like a cartoon of a bridge, a gap in the bridge, like almost like you're falling to doom or whatever, and then the other side of the bridge, and it's got the person right here and like their destiny over here, and they're scared to jump, but when they end up jumping, it shows them like falling down in between, but it shows God's hand in the middle, which leads me to, I was watching this video and they were talking about like spirituality and stuff, but they were talking about destiny, and it was like, imagine you're on a boat and there's a island with everything God has for your destiny, all this yada yada.
Yeah.
It's literally 1 million routes that you can take to get to it. So even if you, let's say you don't like this next job, that's a route. Let's say you like it and you perform and you get a promotion, that's another route. Let's say you like it but people don't like you and you leave, that's like, it's so many different ones, but you still end up getting to where you're supposed to.
I think that's really good, because speaking of like the routes and stuff, think about like when you're traveling and when you're going somewhere, you have this destination or this location in mind and you put it in your GPS. So I'm getting that from where I am now, it's going to take me an hour and 45 minutes, or it's going to take me however long to get to that location. Well, of course, going on that location, the route can look clear when you put it in, but as you're traveling, you never know what can happen. There may be an accident, there may be something stuck in the road, there may be a roadblock. Like, you never know what's ahead. But the thing about that is that even though you don't know what's ahead, your route can always be rerouted. You may have to take a detour. You may have to take the next exit to get to where you're going. But I think it goes back to really just trusting the process. And as humans, we don't know what's next, but we gotta have enough trust or enough faith in God to be like, okay, God, I put this in your hands, so I trust you enough that you have this plan for my life, so I need you to get me there. And I think about the statement of, if we was God, because we know God, he knows all, he sees all. What if we was God and we knew all and saw all? We definitely wouldn't.
I'm already flustered enough trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat for dinner.
There's always gonna be a what if too. That's and that's the biggest thing is, if you want to find a what if, you're gonna find a bunch. There's a ton of what ifs, but like you guys are saying, no matter what happens at this job, it's going to be a learning experience, and ultimately it's going to benefit her for the rest of her life. Whatever happens, if she wants to go and get another job, whatever happens, she's going to be able to take those experiences and take that to somewhere else and be able to grow and learn from that. So
I think that's good. I think it's everything that we go through, it's all about the experience. Because you're going to meet new people, you're going to, of course, grow, but it's all about what can I take away from this experience that's going to push me to better or push me to greater.
And what if you don't know the result of a what if until you get into it?
That's true.
Like all of the what ifs. What if I do good? What if I do bad? What if people don't like me? You won't find out any of them unless you walk into it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you walk away from it, it'll still be. Granted, some what ifs need to be left alone.
Right.
but like the good constructive ones, you really won't know until you get there. But one thing that I would advise this person to do, one thing I've been trying to do lately, like literally no matter what decision it is, I just simply say, God, if you're there, take me. If you're not, take me. And if I go there and you're not there, get me out.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because I mean he'll do it. So
That's true.
just ask him.
Yep. And looking back to like all the things, think about like, you know, being younger and just thinking like about all the what ifs that you had then,
Yeah.
and then
Went
saying
through
like,
all.
I'm here now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a
like,
really good example.
you know,
Yeah.
clearly it's gonna work out how it's supposed to work out. You know, it's normal to be anxious, but then realizing that it's normal to be anxious, you have to also, you know, say, okay, now let me figure out things that are going to help me to get out of this feeling.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's completely normal. Just even this past year and trying to decide if I was going to go to Atlanta for school or try to stay home, there's always going to be fears. You're always going to be anxious, and even trying to figure out in praying and trying to discern, is this the normal anxious that everybody's going to get just because it's something new,
Right.
or you're making a hard decision, or am I feeling a certain way because the decision that I made was the wrong decision?
Right.
And that is sometimes that's the most difficult thing to discern, you know,
Yeah.
between those two things. But ultimately what's going to get you through is your faith, you know, trusting God, praying, saying, hey, you know, please lead me down the right path, help me to, you know, just fulfill your will and things like that, because we don't know,
We don't know.
and we're not going to.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We have to be okay with we have to know that we're not going to know and be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because if you try to understand it, every step, even if you try to plan out every step between now and the time you get home, you just
you still won't make it. Still won't make it.
But I pray for peace for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Praying
And discernment
peace.
too.
That part. I think another thing that plays along with that is being aware of yourself.
I was just about to say that, like listening to God, but healthily listening to yourself. Because sometimes we don't let the doubt get into where you're not cognitively listening to like how you're feeling. Because sometimes I'll know something is good for me and I'll talk myself out of it. Like, you know, you need to do that. You
Right.
be like, well, I could hold off, or I don't know. Like, no, like, do it.
The Holy Spirit is inside of us, and that's another part in trusting God, trusting that, you know, He has blessed us with that knowledge, that wisdom to be able to make the correct decisions, or when we do make the wrong decisions, that He's going to be there to continue to guide us out of that mistake, to guide us around, you know, the roadblock or whatever.
Yeah, I think Kamari, when you recorded for our episode that we did, you had said something to the lines of, and I'm probably not going to say this right, but correct me. You said something to the lines of, your silence is loud, or is that exactly what you said?
It was just, you know, learning to be okay with the silence, you know, because I think often I was just saying that, like, there's always something going on now.
Yeah.
You know, we're always looking for some sort of stimulation, some sort of, even if, like, even with me, for instance, something that I'm really bad about doing is I'll be on YouTube or whatever, and I'll just constantly be looking at videos. Now, they'll be educational videos, but it's like, you know, at what point am I going to sit back and just, you know, really be with myself to think or even act on these certain things? But a big thing is, you know, really being okay with that silence to learn who we are.
Yeah.
If there's always, you know, chatter, always noises going on around us, and we're always hearing these outside things, when do we actually have time to hear ourselves? And I think that's a big thing, is just being able to be in the moment and be silent, you know, sometimes.
You'll mess around and be listening to everybody outside thinking it's you when it's far from it.
Yeah.
You over there whispering.
And even in those moments, we lose ourselves because the world is so loud. And I talked about this before, you know, sometimes we value the opinions of others more than we value our own opinion.
Right.
So we get lost in the sauce, thinking that this sauce is ours, but no, that's Jada sauce. That's not Kayla's sauce. You know what I'm saying? saying?
Right.
So we get lost in the sauce, but actually having those moments to be self-aware, to be aware of yourself, and getting away to like just steal away and be in that moment so you can spend time with yourself, because a lot of times we don't take the time to really get to know ourselves. We don't figure out what we like. I think that's one reason why it's so hard for us to pick restaurants or what you want to eat at. I don't know, whatever you want to eat at. No, what do you like type deal. So really taking that time to really figure out what it is that you like, what is it that you don't like, because in the event of when you're in your career or when you're hanging out with friends, you have your own identity, and it's easier for you to say yes and to say no to certain things because you know you, and nobody else will know you better than you know yourself. But you got to spend time with yourself, and we don't take the time to spend time on ourselves. I know for me, I had to take a step back from a lot of stuff and just be like, okay, Kayla,
That's what we need to do.
it's me, myself, and I. What we gonna do, girl? You know? So really getting that evaluation of yourself, because now, and that's why I tell people, like, your no is just as powerful as your yes. There was a lot of stuff that I had to say no to, and it was hard for me because I like to help people. So when people see that you like to help people, they're gonna come ask you. No slack, no nothing, no delay. They're gonna come ask you, and it's just like, well, it's this person, so let me go ahead and do it for them. Once I do it for them, here comes such and such. I heard you did this for. Well, it's that person. So, and now I'm tired, I'm fatigued, I'm stressed, I'm on eat, I'm hungry, literally hungry.
Put the mask on the child instead of putting it on yourself first.
Exactly, and that's what happened. That's a good example. When you're on a plane and God forbid there is a plane crash or something is happening, they tell you to put your air mask on first before you help somebody else. I gotta help me before I help you.
What happens when everybody puts their own air mask on?
Everybody breathing. Ain't nobody gasping for air. Because we know.
That's wonderful.
Put your air mask on.
Put your own air mask on.
Everybody's supposed to have their own air. Why am I giving you my air when you got your own?
Right. This mine. It got my name on it. Not yours. You may not get your airbag when I get mine, but I'm gonna get mine and you gonna get yours too.
And your head big, so your mask ain't gonna fit on mine.
That part.
But even in that goes into another thing of being happy for people in your circle or just in general, because a lot of times we see stuff that people have and it just be like,
oh, well, come on, you're in the neighborhood.
I have a friend and we do music together, and I help him out a lot. He helps me out a lot, and I think that's like a beautiful thing that a lot of people don't have. That he's experiencing a lot of success right now. And I'm extremely happy for him because I'm ready for him to go to new heights and go to new places. But a lot of times people have friends who shouldn't be their friends, and a lot of times what'll happen is when they're experiencing that success, they're like, oh well, I'm not coming along for the ride. If you're experiencing success, that might hurt my success. And then they're trying to hurt that person. They're trying to tear that person down instead of uplifting them. And realizing that if your friend is achieving a lot of success, then that can also be good for you. That allows you experiences to learn and grow alongside them and help them out, and they can help you out as well.
But we don't want to have that conversation
Nope.
because and I said this before, you gotta put people in their proper place, because we calling people friends that really are associates or assignments or acquaintances, and it's just like we calling you friend, and we use that term very loosely. Like a friend is somebody, they're gonna support you, like even if they're not getting anything out of the deal or whatever, they're gonna support you because they want to see you succeed. They want to see you do great. But sometimes we partner with people or we get connected or close to people, and they just really there for the clout. Like
that's really good. Cause think about it. If you're friends with somebody, you think you're friends with somebody that's an assignment, and you bring them along for the ride, they're going to end up leeching off of you.
It's gonna be, can I get this? Can I get that?
Right.
Have you talked to this person yet? I was thinking about doing this. Can you connect me with this person?
Mm-hmm.
It's all about a connection or a hookup. But on the flip side, they're not telling you, I saw you did a music video the other day and that was really good. Like,
Right.
I shared it with all my friends.
It's so forced.
Mm-hmm.
But like a friend if you have like a friend situation, like if they elevate, I personally believe if you elevate, the goal is to bring people up with you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody does it, so it's kind of like a domino effect. But if it's compared to like a friend with an acquaintance or an assignment, a friend with a friend, it's just authentic. So you naturally want better for each other.
Right.
So even when I elevate, if I see something that's gonna put you on, okay, here you are, you're up here with me. If you go above me, vice versa, and it's like you're just constantly wanting to see each other be
Mm-hmm.
better, instead of like, sucking the money out my pockets.
Right.
Yeah.
That really goes along with being around people who are,
You gotta know.
that are like-minded with you,
Mm-hmm.
who have the, similar goals and things like that. Because if they're elevating, you guys are like-minded, you guys are doing the same thing.
Y'all right there.
Y'all are helping
Yeah.
each other to elevate. One person
Mm-hmm.
go up, the other person start going up. Y'all both going up now. You know what I'm saying? So
That's really good. And I think like even with that, you just don't only want friends that are on the same level as you, that's securing the bag, but you want people that is even higher than that too, because you got a goal in mind of where you want to get. So let me go research who's doing this, who's doing that, and see if I can pick their brain type deal.
Right.
But I think another thing about that too is that you may have those friends that are very supportive, but they're not really trying to get where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they can become leeches as well.
Yeah.
And I think we have to have different friend groups for whatever, because even though I'm doing this friend may not want to do this. Like, they'll support me from a far.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I gotta take them out of this boat and be like, just stay right here on the shore. Let me go handle this. Because you bringing them along, they may just
put a hole in your boat.
Poke a little hole in your boat, and you just slowly just sinking down.
You don't have no life jackets.
And they just sitting there like everything good.
Right, you can't bring everybody along for everything. Certain people are certain fits for different occasions and different things. So you definitely got to be careful with that and make sure you choosing the right thing. And another thing, as you were saying, like, we use the word friend, so much.
Mm-hmm.
I just try to be friendly with everybody, but not necessarily everybody is my friend.
Yeah.
I only have a few friends, and
That part.
if I don't know you like that, how can you be my friend?
That part.
We can be nice to each other. We can be
cordial.
Yeah, exactly.
Cordial. You're not invited to dinner, but I will speak to you in the hallway.
Right.
Not going out bad.
So,
but have a great day.
No 2 for $20 at Applebee's. No, thank you.
I might see you there. You're not gonna be at the same booth.
Yeah, but I just think we have to be mindful of those things.
Mm-hmm. You can't have 30 friends. There's no way.
That gets confusing.
Right.
Trying to keep up with everybody.
It's too much weight.
And then you get confused. Who's who? Who can I trust in the thing? You start trusting too many people. You start forgetting who did what. That type of thing. You gotta be careful.
30 people expecting a friendship out of you.
That's a lot.
I struggle with 5.
Listen, I'm
That's a lot.
struggling with the few. Let's push pause, because we're not just gonna avoid what you just said.
Too much weight.
Too much weight.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much weight. We're right here carrying all this weight and really don't have, I call them weightlifters, the proper people that are assigned to help you carry a certain weight that you're dealing with. So like for me, with one of my jobs of many that I have, I have a team. And so with the team, of course, the cliche of the saying is there's no I in team. I can't carry out this project by myself. Like, I need people that's gonna be all in, all hands on deck, willing to do like whatever. And those are like the weightlifters that you need, because it's just like, okay, y'all, I got this vision, or I got this goal, or this thing that I'm trying to do, or I think that will be good for the team.
Right.
So not only am I pitching my ideas to them, but I'm going to them for feedback. Like, do you guys think that this is doable? Do we need to change something? What do you guys think about this? So we're bouncing ideas off each other, and then once we bounce ideas off each other, they help me to put the ideas in place, make the plan for it, so that we can run with it and do whatever. But a lot of times we're doing different projects and we have these so-called friends around and they don't even want to lift the pen.
First of all, nobody know what they're doing.
Nobody knows. What are we doing? Why are we here? What are we doing? So you have that, and it's just like, now you sitting there, got this deadline that you gotta reach, and you ain't got no help. Because your support system don't know how to lift the weight.
Right. Even when you just think about it from the standpoint of, like, sometimes I find myself giving more to other people than I'm giving to myself. Yeah. So, like, sometimes I'll have to, like, not because I don't love my friends, but I literally have to just step away from everybody and fuel myself back up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I imagine doing that for 30 people.
Yeah.
And go ahead. And I was just gonna say, and you know who's your friend, because when you go to take that time for yourself, they're okay with it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. People who aren't okay with it, well.
Yep, that's exactly what I was gonna say. As leaders, because we all hold leadership positions, but even for people that don't hold like a leadership position, well, I'm not even gonna say don't hold a leadership position, because in some form or fashion, we all are in some area of leadership, whether good or bad. We all have an influence on other people, and for us, if we're giving, we're on E. I can't give you something that I don't have. Like, I'm burnt out. I can't give you nothing. So having people in your corner to recognize, oh, you okay today? You don't look good. You good? Take some time for yourself. Somebody that's going to tell me something positive, or, listen, I know you've been working a lot. Here's lunch. It can be something as simple as that, but somebody like fueling you back up and you taking time to like rest and do whatever you need to do. That self-care piece, like taking care of yourself so that you can be full, so you can get back out there on your grind, on your hustle. And now I'm able to give out because I'm energized and I got what I needed. But a lot of times we are so giving that nobody else gives to us. In my case, I really don't allow people to really do for me, because I don't know, I'm such a giver. Like, it's just in my genes. It's
weird when it come back to you.
And yeah, like, I don't know how to handle it. Like, for instance, when I go places like with my friends, I always drive because I like to drive, so it doesn't faze me one bit. But when they be like, "Oh, I'll drive," and we're in my car, I be like, okay. And then when I get over in the passenger seat, I put my seatbelt on, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't know this side of the car feel like. Like, what do you do over here? Type deal. So it's like, it's uncomfortable, but it's needed.
So and you gotta learn how to like open up. I'm trying to learn how to open up that part of me, because it's like giving, but like, what if somebody actually wants to do me for me?
Yes.
So it's like, okay, how do I?
That part. And I'm actually getting there. I'm getting better, because I do have this one friend, and like, they are literally constantly checking in on me, or they challenge me. That's the word. They challenge me to step outside of my own comfort zone, and it's like opening up another dimension that I didn't know was there. Like, you gonna say that to me? Like, literally, they be coming with the tough questions and be like, so what are you gonna do? Like, the episode that I did, Jump, it's that friend. I'm not gonna disclose them, but it's that friend. Let me look in case you're watching. It's that friend. And it's just like, I love them even the more for that, because you take the time you focused in on me.
Mm-hmm.
So now
you didn't have to.
Exactly, you didn't have to. And as a friend, we're here now. Yeah. So now if you see that I'm lacking in any area, you can be like, nah, Kamari, I seen you do this and type deal. Like, you can check me on it and I don't feel no type of way because you got my trust. I got your word, you got my trust, and we good now. So I think we need those people in our lives that are going to challenge us and like really push us to another level to do those type of things.
With doing music and, one of my best friends, like I was saying, he does music as well. One thing about musicians is we take everything very personal, or many musicians, I really try not to. We take things very personally, like, I don't know about that song, I don't know about this on that, or hey, I think you should do this. Yeah. Since it's coming from the heart, since it's coming, from that's deep within. Yeah. It's like, well, geez, that's an attack on me. But you have to learn when I'm talking to that friend, when I'm helping him with music or he's helping me with music, is, please be very truthful. I want you to be brutally honest. Hey, what do you think about this? Because I'm not trying to put out anything that's bad and vice versa. He's not trying to put out anything that's bad. So we have to trust each other and really know that we're going to be truthful with each other. Hey, I wasn't really feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I was not really feeling that. Or when we do good and we're making, awesome things, man, that's the best thing that you've ever made. You know, that was awesome. So having that and, that person in my life, it's great to have somebody else because the collaboration, it goes both ways. And that kind of speaks to the thing about, letting people help you, know. Something that I recognize about myself is like, I like to be in control. I really like to be in control. So sometimes it can be hard for me to let other people come in and help me, or even if I'm collaborating on a song, it can be hard to let somebody else come in and do some of the drums or something like that, because I'm like, I got all these ideas in my head, I want to try them out. But then what you learn is when you start letting these other people come in and help you with things, is we've gone in a completely different direction that I would have never guessed, that we would have went in. And so it's truly wonderful to, like you said, have those people in your lives where you can help them, but also when it's time, they can help you, and you guys have that trust. That's really what's key. That's really what's key. That trust to be honest with each other and hold each other accountable.
Because even in the end, it's a win-win situation for both of us. But like you said, it takes that level of trust. And with trust, it comes with a level of being vulnerable. Like, if you're not going to be vulnerable, then what's the point? Yeah. Like, I'm going to have to open up. Even if I don't want to open up, I know it's for my good type deal. I think about, like, you hear people sometimes, I was about to say especially in church, but you hear it in church and sometimes you don't. But anywho, that's either here nor there. You hear people be like, your ministry or your purpose or your business, let's say your business, that's your baby. So like, you had this dream, you had this vision, and now you have your baby here and everything is working out, but you can't trust your baby or your child with everybody. So you gotta find those people in your crew that be like, listen,
because you got investors who invest in the business. Everybody can't invest in
Everybody can't invest.
Everybody can't come into your business because some people try to mess it up.
Right. Not everybody can get on the drums because they're going to mess the song up. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody can't boom boom cat.
Right.
Boom boom cat. That's the wrong thing?
No, that's right.
I'm about to say, it's boom boom cat with dance moves or... No, wait, what is it?
Just boom boom cat.
Cats, maybe for the beatboxing.
Just boom boom cat.
Anywho, boom boom cat.
Minister Kayla, I don't know if you could be on the drums.
Listen, I know.
Honestly.
Listen, I appreciate that because I don't know how to play the drums.
Hey, but we can help. See if that's something you want to get into.
Self-awareness.
I'm your friend, and I can also be supportive of you to get into that. I'm okay with helping you.
See, there it is right there. But I don't think I'm meant for the drums, but I appreciate that. We can talk about the piano. We can do that.
That's how you feel?
Or the guitar.
Huh?
The guitar.
I really got you with the guitar. We can learn together.
I got you on those vocals too.
That was giving me bass.
Bass guitar, yeah. Okay. But yeah, we help each other out, and then we just vibe out.
Right.
I was and vibe out. So I had the opportunity to speak with a group for summer camp, a group of 4th and 5th graders, and we were talking about mental health awareness, and they are hilarious. And we was talking about just mental health awareness, being aware of yourself and your feelings, being in the moments, those type deals.
Right.
And one thing that I told them as we was talking about like your friends and stuff, one thing that I shared with them is that your vibe attracts your tribe. And so that was like the biggest thing that they took out. And so we kept repeating it and repeating it, you know, put a little beat to it. Your vibe attracts your tribe. Your vibe attracts your tribe. That type thing. It's okay. Find your own rhythm. Find your own rhythm. But yeah, I think that your vibe attracts your tribe, really.
I really like that. You need to put that on a shirt.
I should. Your vibe attracts your tribe. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
You heard it here first.
Bam, right here. So,
in the words of Kamari.
I'm done.
You know what we need?
What?
Sound effects. The air horn.
Well, like when somebody say something deep.
Right. Yup.
The what?
You know, like.
You know when they drop a bar in battle rap and they go bang bang.
So listen, speaking of battle rapping,
What you got?
I like battle raps.
You do?
Yeah.
They're great.
So like, you know, like just looking at me, you would think I'm not into the whole rap scene and all that, but I get down with a good battle rap.
I would think you went to the raps.
I'm
Maybe that's because I know you.
I'm questioning your intentions because you proceeded to say gets down.
I'm for a
Red
good
flag. With the battle rap.
yeah, I get down with it. Listen.
See, now we need to sound.
Yeah. Oh no. Boom boom cat.
Boom, boom,
Cats. I really do I really vibe with the battle raps.
Sure.
I guess because it's the bars for me.
They're so good.
It's a wild skill. I will say that. Like, I can't do that.
I
It's a
wish
crazy
I could
skill.
rap.
It's a really wild. So you could rap if you.
Oh,
No, I'm saying if you start practicing and stuff, it's a discipline thing. It really is.
I don't have a bar in me. The only bars that I have are Kit Kat bars, okay? Thank you. You don't like that? Come on, spit something real fast.
Spit something.
Mm-hmm.
After he did, tell him your joke.
Okay.
I gotta think. Dang, I wasn't prepared for this.
Off the top.
Off the top,
Yeah.
I got a freestyle. I'm not.
Oh, you're not a freestyler.
I'm not the greatest. I have to be in the. It's a feeling for me, and I know I need to get that solved. So when I get on radio and they're like, "Hey,
I want you to rap. Here's this freestyle."
Okay. What's something you got in your archive?
what's something I got on my archive?
Yeah, hit us with something.
Cause
you got bars. I don't have bars. I'm Miller Rock
I
Conina
don't
Block.
remember if I remember this one fully. Y'all don't see me grinding, but I'm locked into the studio. I respect my pen and hold that ignorance. Y'all know I'm truly bold. Brazy on the track, bold and brazy. I'm truly cold. On the spectrum of color heat analysis, I'm way past orange. I'm indigo. That's like you know when you see on the infrared thing and the stuff, if it's hot, is in.
You guys should look into color correction. You'll get it.
Anyways, but that's a little something. That's a little something.
He's on Spotify.
I am on Spotify.
Spotify, Apple.
Let's be honest. Those are the only two we care about.
Yeah, if you don't have Spotify, if you don't
Or
have Apple Music, go get it.
That means you don't.
Hey.
What's your handles on?
On Instagram, it's cam_era.heat. That is KAM. Hit the little icon for the extra things, underscore, and then go back to the ERA, and then the period, and then heat.
She asked you for your handles.
That's not what it is.
I think this is the first time I've heard that one.
I understood what you were saying.
I got what you were saying.
But
Handles just threw me off.
So what should I have said?
The gag is I have no idea.
maybe @. I don't know.
What's your @?
Yeah, what's your @?
Don't do. Well, you can say
Handle's a little MySpace. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I took him back to the MySpace vibes. Wow.
I was 6.
Okay, well, what's your @?
The cam_era.heat. It's the same on TikTok. And then if you guys want to follow me and listen to my music, You can listen to Cam Era, that's Kam space ERA on all streaming platforms. I'm dropping a song on July 1st.
Hey.
July 1st. It's a really great song.
What's the name of it?
It's called Lunar.
Lunar?
Lunar.
Like the lunar effect?
It's like the moon. So like the hook is like, can I get that space dust? I want to be fly.
It's going
like
downhill.
I want to be fly like an astronaut. I want to make it big, fly around super high in the sky at night, so dark, but the moon shine bright. So fly my lunar kite. My lunar flight. I'm going crazy in the sky. It's about like achieving success, becoming famous. And I got some tidbits in the song, like you got that wish from a bottle. You hurting just a little. Be careful what you wish for. We heard that.
Okay, that's enough.
Yeah,
Don't give them too much.
July 1st, guys, and I hit a little Outcast with the harmonies on there. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. It goes. It's awesome.
I like the way you move. Ooh, I like the way you move.
I like the way. I like the way.
Period. So we should all get on the track together.
We should start a group.
I do poetry.
You do poetry, Jada?
Yeah.
Poetry is bars.
It is.
I low-key wanted to be a music producer.
That's at the.
Give me something.
Ooh, that's
It is like the color of spring.
You have to think about it. If you're
Okay.
poetry is like that's what rap is.
I wanted to be famous looking.
You could if that's you could still do it if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
I think he should.
I low-key do want to get a keyboard back though.
To produce?
Like just to play.
Oh, okay. Oh, you play the keyboard?
40%,
40, 50?
By
I like
ear.
that. Okay. That's the best way. I won't say it's the best way, but that's a wonderful way. A lot of great musicians don't know how to read music.
Yeah.
There's this
It
one.
don't.
He's insane at the piano. He's like, oh yeah, I don't know the notes.
It's a lot.
Like,
Man.
what,
I know how to play the triangle.
Thank you.
Y'all ain't gonna do me like that.
Hey, Minister Kayla, the triangle, it has its place,
I mean, it's just that. Ding.
You know what I think is a very skilled instrument?
What's that?
Shout out to all my people who play the tambourine. I salute you.
Listen,
The amount of
the head coronation.
yeah.
Hey, you know what's another instrument? The shaker.
Crazy.
I know it doesn't seem like
It's not the
it.
one that goes like
Any shaker, just
all
maracas.
all of them that shake in the choir. All of them.
No, the reason is because
All of them.
it can be hard to stay on the beat with the thing because it's not an exact type of you gotta feel that. You gotta really.
And if you got a choir director that like to do mashups like they on YouTube and Instagram, you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up.
I'm gonna get me an instrument, but my two instruments that I want to learn how to play is the guitar, bass or acoustic, and piano, keys. Those are two.
You don't want to be a bass player.
I don't want to be a bass player.
Bass. Is it hard? It seems a little.
I can't say.
It's more
because
strings.
I don't play.
I feel like it's a little.
No, it's more strings on the guitar. My thing is
Guitar
with the
6, bass is 4, I think.
with the bass.
Excuse me.
I just like the way that it sounds. I think
like
that's
the
the
way that it-
reason
okay.
why I just want to learn how to play. All because I like the way that it sounds.
If you want to play songs, you could play songs on bass. Don't attack me, y'all.
I say
You could
YouTube.
play songs on the bass, but the thing is, like, especially if you get in like a band sitting, your job as a bass player is gonna be to not be noticed.
Yeah.
Oh,
But if you're really musically inclined, I'll be listening for everything.
me too.
If anything, the bass is one that you probably really gonna.
When
Now, the
I
bass, you're important though, because
Yeah.
if without the
Right,
bass,
really.
you don't know.
Yeah.
That's true.
No depth.
When I listen to music, I'm always listening for like all of the instruments. Like before I even listen to the lyrics of a song, I'm listening to the band.
You know,
Sure.
it's the
What you got?
best feeling ever when you're listening to a song and you've listened maybe for years,
I already know where you're going. Tell
and
me.
then you hear that one thing that you never heard before,
Come
whether that's a
on.
background vocal, some sort of effect, some sort of instrument.
It's
You
beautiful.
hear something and you're like, wow. And that's something. Once I like kept having those experiences, I was like, when I make beats, when I make music, when I have something, I'ma not insult the listener's intelligence, because a lot of the thing is we have all these ideas. We might have a ton of ideas, a ton of different sounds. You know, we got ideas for the snare, the hi-hat, the rim, all these percussion elements, everything. We want everybody to hear all of it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we might crank something up a little too loud because we really want somebody to hear. And the thing is, it takes away from like this, how special that thing actually is.
Yeah.
And so that's really beautiful in that music. When you listen, and you like, wait a second.
Is that a
xylophone? Was that a cello I heard?
Is that the Minister Kayla on the triangle?
wait. Yep, that was her.
That was her. It was me.
Right.
It was me, okay? Give me my credit. Yeah, this episode has been fun.
It has
This is
been.
great.
Yes, this has been awesome. So, if we could leave the audience, our listeners, our viewers with any final words, what would it be? What's your bar? You don't have to rap it. Just say, spit it out.
Since it's fear factor, don't let fear be a factor in why you don't succeed.
Okay.
I was trying to do a little wordplay.
I see you there.
I like that. Okay.
I would say fear is normal, but learn how to get past it. You know.
I got you.
And you learn how to get past it by listening to some of the stuff that we said. Of course, we ain't say it all because we don't know it all, but just, you know, nice perspectives and things like that. So that's an important thing.
Yeah. I think.
Wait. Come on, give me a drum roll.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a triplet, wasn't it?
I don't remember that. But
I know a little bit. Don't do me. I know a little. Just a little. If I had to leave you guys with anything, the songwriter said, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again.
For sure.
And that's all I have.
I like that.
Hey.
Thank you guys for
Yes.
So,
Thank you guys for kicking it with us. Of course, I am your girl, Kayla, also known as your what? Favorite life coach. This is J-Lo.
your favorite. Yeah, I can.
She's just your favorite.
When none coming to me.
She's your favorite.
I'm your favorite.
She's your favorite up and coming poem writer.
mm-hmm.
Right? No?
You like to sing?
Your favorite up and coming content creator.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
content creator. That's J-Lo. And then we have Kamari.
Your favorite up and coming.
Artist.
For sure.
Creative. We'll go with creative. I like.
Yeah.
You know, and we're all influencers.
We are.
That's crazy.
That's a generation thing.
Yeah.
It's having that ability to, you know, realize that like it's okay to go out and experiment and do and really do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
In fact, that's how you find more fulfillment in your life.
That's true. Next episode, that's what we're talking about. Remember that, because
Okay.
I'm not writing it down, but
Okay.
remember that. And with that being said, you guys, we're out.
Peace. Bop bop.
We almost made it.
We almost.
We almost made it.